Hi everyone! Welcome to my channel, Tutorial by Sir Raymund. My name is Mr. Jem Rymon Master Teacher 2 from Escalante Central Elementary School. Click like and share if this video tutorial helps you. Don't forget to click subscribe below to keep updated for my future tutorial. For your suggestions, especially on the topic for my next tutorial, please leave your comment below. Hope you learned something in my video lessons for this week. Thank you so much for watching. Stay home and stay safe. Hello everyone, how are you today? I hope everybody is fine and safe. And welcome to our mathematics class. And it's checking time. We will now check your assessment and your additional activities in your module 4. This module comprises of 2 lessons. And now, let us check first your assessment in your lesson 1. I hope you have copies there with your answers in your assessment in your module 4 lesson 1. Okay, here's the direction. Read and answer the following items using your answer sheet. Write the algebraic expression for each item. Use the given variables to represent the unknown quantity. So let's have number 1. Raymund has mass of x kilograms. Express algebraically his mass after he gained 2.6 kilograms. Now, what variable are we going to use to represent the mass of Raymund? Yes, very good, x. Now, we use variable x. Now, what do we mean by if he gained 2.6 kilogram? What operation are we going to use to represent this word gained? Yes, that's addition. So, the final answer for number 1 is x plus 2.6. Okay, this represents the mass of Raymund after he gained 2.6 kilograms. Next, number 2. Salome is Y years old now. Represent algebraically her age 5 years ago. What variable are we going to use to represent the age of Salome now? Yes, we use Y because it is indicated in our problem. Next, 5 years ago will represent, yes, minus 5. So Y minus 5 will represent Salome's age 5 years ago. Next, number 3. Sam Moises has n marbles. Represent algebraically the number of marbles that Floyd has if he has 4 less than 5 times the number of marbles Sam Moises has. Now, what's the answer? We are looking for the marbles of Floyd. So it says there, the marbles of Floyd is 4 less than 5 times the number of marbles Sam Moises has. So again, what variable are we going to use to represent the marbles of Sam Moises? Very good. It's letter N. So again, 5 times the number of marbles Sam Moises has, that's 5 times N, correct? Now, so what's the final answer? That's N, represents the marbles of Sam Moises. And of course, that's 5 times N. Less than, that's minus. And we have 4. So 5N minus 4 will represent the marbles of Floyd has. Okay, take note lang gumamit siya dyan ng less than. So yung after na word na than, siya yung dapat iuna. Siya yung minuend natin. Okay, number 4. Express algebraically in terms of x, the number of meters in x centimeters. So there is conversion there, di ba? Ilang centimeter mayroon ang isang meter? Yan, dapat i-consider mo yan to get the answer. Yes, the correct answer is x divided by 100 because 1 meter has 100 centimeters. Next, number 5. Helen is n years old. Helen's father is 4 years more than twice her age. Represent algebraically for the age of Helen's father. So, Helen's father is 4 years more than twice her age. So, ang n ang magre-represent ng age ni Helen. So, ita-times natin yan ng 2 kasi it is indicated there twice her age. So, that means we have 2n. And then more than will represent plus, okay, and then 4. So this is the final answer. 2n plus 4 will represent the age of Helen's father. This time, let us answer your additional activities. So the direction here is, read and express the following indicated problems. Write your answer in your answer sheet. Let's have number 1. If thrice a number is increased by 11, the result is 112. Translate this to an algebraic equation. It's very easy. Thrice means 3 times a number. So we will use any letters in the alphabet. And then increase by will represent plus. And then 11. Of course, the result is 112. That will be equals 112. Okay, so that's 3n. Plus, increase by yan. And then 11 equals 112. Got it? Next, number 2. Diane saved 150 pesos from her allowance this week. This amount is 50 pesos more than twice the amount she saved last week. Write the algebraic equation to solve for the amount she saved last week. So, what we're looking for is the equation now, no? To represent the amount that Diane saved last week. So we will consider the second sentence in the problem. Okay, twice the amount she saved last week. So we have here 2r. So we will use r as our variable. R represents she saved last week. Okay? And then more than, that's plus. And then 50. Okay? And then this will be equals 150. Okay? So this is the correct algebraic equation for this item. 2r plus 50 pesos equals 150 pesos. This will represent the amount of money Diane saved last week. Okay, next, number 3. Migs has a mass of 65 kilograms. Express algebraically his mass after he gained r kilograms. Oh, may gained na naman ginamit class. So there is addition. Okay, in this expression. So the answer is 65 kilograms plus r. Okay, as simple as that. For items number 4 and 5, refer to the given problem in the box below. Elaine bought 8 mangoes for 15 pesos each and 5 apples for 12 pesos each. She gave the cashier a 500 peso bill. Next, number 4. Write an expression for the total cost of fruits she bought. So ano yung expression na magre-represent sa kanyang mga biniling prutas? Magkano ang babayaran niya sa binili niyang prutas? That's number 4. Yes, we will use parentheses. That's 8 mangoes multiplied by 15 pesos. Then, close parentheses. Ilagay natin yan sa parentheses class para hindi tayo malito na yung expression na yan is the price of mangoes. Next, we have to add. Okay? Kasi tinatanong tayo dyan, magkano ba lahat? Total. Total means addition, right? Okay, now, we have parentheses again. This will represent the amount or the cost of apples. We have 5. And then times 12 pesos. Close parentheses. Okay, that is the correct answer for number 4. Expression lang naman yung tinatanong dyan. Now, number 5. Write the equation for the amount of change the cashier should give her. So, ngayon naman, ang sukli na ang ating isosolve. Pero, equation lang. Okay, equation lang ang hinihingi dito sa number 5. So, again, we will use parentheses. Unahin na muna natin yung cost ng mangoes. Diba? So, just like we did earlier. Kopyahin natin yung answer actually in number 4. Okay? Kasi ito yung magre-represent ng binili na prutas ni Elaine. Magkano ba lahat? Now, so we have here 500 pesos. Okay, yan yung amount na binigay niya sa cashier. Yung 500 pesos na yan, siya yung miniwend natin. So we have here minus kasi kukunan yan babawasan yan sa kanyang mga biniling prutas. And then equals, we have their n. This n will represent the change of Elaine, no, from her 500 peso bill. Now, para hindi tayo malito class, lagyan natin ng bracket muna, no, ang ating cost ng mango at saka yung apple. Just like here. Actually, class, yung bracket na yan, same lang yan ng function ng parentheses. That's a grouping symbol. Hindi ginagamit natin yung symbol na bracket kung ang nasa loob ay mayroon ng parentheses. Though same lang naman yung function nila, grouping symbol lang naman, kung nakagamit ka na ng parentheses, if you want to put parentheses inside a grouping symbol, you have to use a bracket now. Just like you see here on the screen. Meaning yan, isolve mo na muna yung magkano yung mango. After isolve mo yung magkano lahat yung apples. After solving the cost of mangoes and the cost of apples, i-add mo na yan. No? So that's why we have bracket symbol para yan na munang isolve natin before siya i-subtract sa 500 pesos. No need to solve this problem because ang hinihingi lang naman sa number 5 is equation lang naman. Hindi naman yung talagang actual na sukli ni Elaine. Okay? So this is now the correct answer. And now let's proceed to the assessment in your lesson 2, still in your module 4 for Mathematics 6 quarter 3. Hope you have copies there with your answers in the assessment in your lesson 2 for your module 4. Now we will solve the following problems now. Let's start with number 1. Helen is 13 years old. Helen's father is 6 years more than twice her age. How old is Helen's father? So, ang tinatanong dito, yung edad ng ama ni Helen. Okay? This time, class, we will have to translate this first into equation before we solve. Okay? So, we will let x be the age of Helen's father. Gagamitin natin yung variable na x na magre-represent ng age na father ni Helen. Now, here's the solution. So, that's 2 times 13. Saan natin kinuha yung 2 times 13? Yes, this represent this twice her age. Her dito, class, tumutukoy ito sa kay Helen. So, ita-times natin ng 2 ang edad ni Helen, which is 13 years old. Okay, 13 years old kasi si Helen. And then more than here will represent addition, and then 6 years. And then equals x, at ito yung magre-represent na equation sa edad ng ama ni Helen. Okay, so if we have this equation, we are now ready to solve. Now, anong una natin gagawin? Yes, i-multiply na muna natin yung 2 times 13. So that will become 26. Copy, 6, and then x. After that, 26 plus x, how much? Yes, that's 32. That equals to x. So Helen's father is 32 years old. Now, if you want to check, pwede din naman, isa-substitute natin yung 32 natin na x sa original natin na equation na x. Okay? So that is 2 times 13 plus 6 equals 32. Kung 32 ang sa kabilang side, then that's the correct answer. So 26 plus 6 equals 32. 26 plus 6 equals 32, then equals 32. So tama ang ating sagot. Okay, so 32 nga talaga ang edad ng ama ni Helen. Number 2. Edna is 155 centimeters tall. Lilia's height is 10 centimeters less than twice Edna's height. How tall is Lilia? Okay, again, we will make our equation. But before that, let us assign first variable for our missing term. Let's use m. No, that will represent the height of Lilia. And then here's the equation. Twice Edna's height, that means 2 times, ano nga yung height ni Edna? Yes, that's 155. You enclose that inside the parentheses, class, para mas madali mamaya sa pag-solve. No? Unahin na muna natin yan i-solve before yung iba. Less than, meaning minus, and then 10 centimeters. Okay, equals m. Diba? Yung m magre-represent ng height ni Lilia. So, 2 times 155, how much? Yes, that's 310. Minus 10. Correct. Equals m. 310 minus 10 equals 300. So, 300 centimeter, lagyan natin ng centimeter kasi yung binigay dyan sa ating problem. This will represent Lilia's height. Okay? So let us check. So 2 times 155 minus 10 equals M. Okay, M natin, gagamitin natin yung 300 kasi yung 300 yan yung na-solve natin na variable kanina. 10. Okay, so kung 300 dyan, 300 sa kabila, then our answer is correct. Our final answer here is Lilia is 300 centimeter tall. Okay, let's have number 3. Roman is 25 kilograms. His father is 5 kilogram less than 3 times Roman's mass. What is the mass of Roman's father? Again, let's use R to represent the mass of Roman's father. And we will write first the equation. Now, we will translate this word problem to equation. So, 3 times Roman's height or Roman's mass is 25. Okay? So, enclose that inside the parentheses. And then less than. That represents subtraction. And then 5. And then equals R. Very easy, right? So 3 times 25 becomes 75 minus 5 equals R. And then 75 minus 5 becomes 70 equals R. What unit are we going to use? Yes, that's kilogram, correct? So that's mass of Roman's father. So let's check. So 3 times 25 minus 5 equals R. R is 70. So 75 minus 5. So 70 equals 70. So our answer is correct. The final answer is Roman's father weighs 70 kilograms. Number 4. Francis is 10 years old. Ben is twice as old as Francis. What is the age of Ben? Okay, so let B be the age of Ben. Gagamitin natin yung variable na B to represent the age of Ben. So here's the equation for this problem. So we have Ben is twice as old as Francis. So if Francis is 10 years old, that means that's B equals 2 times 10. Diba? Oh, then B equals 20. So Ben is 20 years old. Now let's check. Okay, so we'll use 20 to represent the age of Ben. Okay, so nakita natin sa ating solution. And then 2 times 10. So that means our answer is correct. Our final answer here is Ben is 20 years old. Number 5. Aning is 5 years old. My age is 6 years more than thrice her age. How old am I? So what is asked here is his age, no? Let Y to represent his age. Now, the solution here is, so thrice her age, so twice, that's 3 times the age of Aning, that becomes 5. Okay? And then, plus 6 will be his age. So, 3 times 5 equals 15, plus 16 equals Y. And then, that's 21. Okay, years old. So, we have 21 years old is his age, no? Kung sinong tinutukoy dyan sa problem. Checking. Let's have the checking. So, 3 times 5 plus 6 equals 21. And then 15 plus 6 equals 21. Okay, our answer is really correct. So, the answer here is 21 years old. Let's proceed to the additional activities of your Module 4, Lesson 2. Direction, read and translate the following word problems in algebraic equations. Let's have number 1. The sum of 3 numbers is 20. 2 of these numbers are 9 and 6. What is the value of the third number? Okay, let Y be the third number. Yung first number at saka yung second number are given, right? Which is 9 and 6. Okay, so we will have the first number 9. And the second number is 6. Now, of course, what is missing is your third number. That would be represented by Y. And then, the total is 20. So obviously, we will add first 9 plus 6. That makes it 15. Copy y, and then copy also equal sign and 20. This time, we will transpose 15 on the other side. No? Ililipat natin yung 15 sa kabilang side. Take note that the operation here is addition. So, kung ililipat natin yung 15, magiging subtraction na yung operation natin. That makes it 20 minus 15. So, we have now our result, which is 5. So, y here is 5. So, let's check if our answer is correct. So, we will substitute 5 in our variable y. So, that is 9 plus 6 plus 5 equals 20. So, we have the same answer on the other side. So, we have equal, no? Both sides now are equal. So, our final answer here is 5. 5 is the third number. Next, number 2. Alfredo is 5 years older than John, and Maria is 4 years younger than John. If the sum of their ages is 34, how old is John? So, ang tinatanong dito sa problem na to is ang edad ni John. Now, so let X be the age of John. And, take note, if we add Alfredo's age, John's age, and Maria's age, will give you 34. Diba? Now, isa-isahin natin class para malinaw sa inyo ano ang magre-represent ng age ni Alfredo at saka age ni Maria. Alam naman natin ang age ni John will be represented by variable x. So here's the solution now. So x plus 5 would represent Alfredo's age. Saan natin nakuha yung x plus 5? Okay, so balik tayo dito. Balikan natin ito. Alfredo daw is 5 years older than John. Mas matanda ng 5 taon si Alfredo i-compare mo kay John. So kung edad ni John is x, i-plus mo yan sa 5. That would be the age of Alfredo plus the age of John, which is x, right? And then ano ang magre-represent sa age ni Maria? So Maria here is 4 years younger than John. So mas bata si Maria ng 4 na taon kay John. So, kung ang edad ni John is x, so, ano ang pwede natin gamitin na operation na magre-represent ng 4 years younger? That's subtraction. So, that would become x minus 4 will represent the age of Maria, and then equals 34. So, x plus 5 plus x minus 4 would be equal to 34. Now, here's the solution again. X plus 5 plus x minus 4 equals 34. Okay? Now, since we have only addition and subtraction here, okay, let's erase the parentheses, no, para mas madali. So, that become x plus 5 plus x minus 4. That will give you 34. Now, let's solve first the x here. So, x plus x, how much? Yes, that would give 3x. Yes, next, some more. Yes, plus 5 minus 4. How much? Very good, that's 1. And then equals 34. So ngayon, we have 3x plus 1 na equals 34. This time, we will transpose 1 on this side. Okay? So ililipat natin yung 1. So 3x na lang ang matitira. That will give you equals 34 plus 1 here will become minus 1 on the other side. Very good. So 3x equals 34 minus 1 will give you how much? Yes, 33. Ngayon naman, ilipat na natin yung 3 dito sa kabilang side. Okay? From multiplication here, kung ililipat natin dito sa kabila, will become division. Very good. So x na lang ang matitira equals 33 divided by 3. So, x here equals 11. So, ang edad ni John is 11. So, 11 years old ang edad ni John. Okay, let's check if our answer is correct. So, we will substitute x plus 5 plus x minus 4 equals 34. Substitute natin yung 11 sa mga x na variable. So we have here 11 plus 5 plus 11 plus 11 minus 4 equals 34. So we have here 16. 11 plus 5 equals 16. Copy 11. 11 minus 4 is 7. You add 16 plus 11 plus 7 will give you 34. So tama ang ating sagot na 11 years old nga si John. Okay? So, John is 11 years old. Si John lang naman yung tinatanong dito eh. Kung gusto mong isolve ang age ni Alfredo, then you may use x plus 5, substitute 11. Okay? So, 11 plus 5, that becomes 16. So, 16 ang edad ni Alfredo. How about ang edad ni Maria? That becomes 11 minus 4. So, 11 minus 4 will give you 7. So, 7 years old ang edad ni Maria. Next, number 3. Find the dimensions of a rectangle if the length is 7 inches more than the width and the perimeter of 54 inches. Now, before we answer this problem, dapat maintindihan mo na muna yung ibig sabihin ng perimeter. Okay? At saka, dapat alam mo saang side yung length at saang side ang width ng rectangle. Okay? Let us picture out this first para mas malinaw sa inyo ang ating solution later on. So, this is a rectangle. This side will represent the length, and this side will represent the width. Okay, klaro na yan. This time, let's have the perimeter. Ano ang itsura ng perimeter? Yan, class. Ang perimeter, i-add mo lang yung sides ng rectangle. You add all sides of a certain solid figure, in this case, rectangle. Yan yung magre-represent ng perimeter. Okay, meaning, perimeter equals length plus width, right? Dalawa kasi yung width ng rectangle, dalawa yung length din. So, that means perimeter equals length plus width. Or, we can have this formula, 2L plus 2W. Okay? So, that would be the perimeter of the rectangle. Okay, klaro na yan. Go back now to our problem. So again, let me read to you the problem for number 3. Find the dimensions of a rectangle if the length is 7 inches more than the width and the perimeter is 54. Let's represent this problem to equation para mas madali. So again, your length natin would represent W plus 7. Kasi sabi dito, ang length daw, 7 inches more than the width. So, wala ang width. Hindi ibinigay ang width. So, we will use W for width. So, ang length natin dito will represent width plus 7. Okay? This is from 7 inches more than width. Now, ang perimeter natin, ang kabuuan. Okay? Ang kabuuan will be this one. Perimeter equals 2L plus W. Ito yung formula natin sa perimeter, di ba? So, ngayon, isa-substitute natin itong W plus 7 dito sa ating L. Okay? Ito na yung mangyayari. So, perimeter equals 2L plus 2W. Yung 2L natin dito, copy yung 2. And then yung L natin would become W plus 7 plus, again, 2W here. Okay? Wala kasing width na binigay. So, equals 54. Yung perimeter natin dito, class, is 54. So, ito na yung equation na gagamitin natin, okay, para ma-solve yung W. Okay, para makumpleto. Kasi yung tinatanong dito, we will find out the dimensions of the rectangle, which refers to the length and the width. Okay? Now, so we have here, so 54 copy equals, so distributive property, class. So, that is 2 times W. Okay? 2 times W equals 2W. Very good. And then we have plus 2 times 7. How much is 2 times 7? That's 14. Okay, this is done through distributive property of multiplication. Now, next, copy 2W. Now, we have now your solution here. So, we have 54 equals. So, ano nang i-combine natin dito? Yes, we can combine now W here and W here. So, 2W plus 2W will become how much? I-add natin yan. Very good. That's 4W. Copy 14. Okay, nakuha lang. Now, 54, we will subtract minus 14. Bakit? Kasi ililipat natin yung 14 sa kabila. Okay? And then 4W. Okay? So, ililipat natin yung 14 dito sa kabila. That becomes negative 14 or minus 14. So, 54 minus 14 will give you 40. And then, equals 4W. Ngayon, i-divide natin sila, class, no? By 4. Both sides. Yan. So, cancel yung 4. So, 40 divided by 4 is 10 equals W na lang ang matitira. So, ngayon, meron na tayong value ng ating width, which is 10. Okay? So, we have 10 inches. Para malaman natin yung value ng length, class, anong gagawin natin? Yes, isa-substitute natin dito yung 10 sa W. Okay? So, to solve for the length, so we have L equals W plus 7. L equals 10 plus 7. So, L here is 17. So, we have now the dimension. Length is equal to 17 inches. Is that clear? Now, number 4. The area of a rectangle garden is 64 square meter. If the length is 4 times the width, what are the dimensions of the garden? This time, class, area na naman yung tinatanong sa atin. Before natin isolve to, let me discuss first the concept about area. Para alam mo ano ba yung tinatawag na area. Let's have this one first. Ito yung rectangle natin, for example. When we talk about area, class, area means the square unit inside the solid figure. In this case, we use rectangle. Ilan ba yung square na mabubuo dito sa loob ng rectangle? That would represent your area. Para mas malinawan ka, let me illustrate this to you. Now, ito yung sinasabi ko na area. The number of square unit inside a rectangle or any solid figures. Now, ilan ba lahat ang square units sa loob nitong rectangle na nasa screen nyo ngayon? So, of course, para mas madali, ang gagawin natin, we will identify the square units on its length and its width para mas madali. Ito. So, the area here, okay, this is the length, 16 units. Okay? So, paano nakuha yung 16 units? Kasi ito yung class. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So, 16 units yung length. And then, we have the width. How many is the width? 1, 2, 3, 4. So, 4. 4 yung units ng nasa width natin. Now, para malaman mo ilan lahat ang square units inside the rectangle, to solve for the area of the rectangle, we will just use the formula length times width. I-multiply lang natin yung length at saka yung width. Okay? So, 16 units times 4 units will give you 64 units. Now, kung bibilangin natin lahat ng ito, class, meron tayong 64 na square na mabubuo given these dimensions. Okay? So, para mas maklaro pa sa inyo, let us count the number of squares inside this rectangle. Kung 64 yan, then tama ang ating sagot. Okay, let's count. Okay? So, 1, 2. Okay, bilangin natin, class. So, kayo na lang magbilang dyan. Yan. Kung 64 to lahat, then our solution is correct. Yan. Ito yung mga numbers ng squares inside our rectangle whose dimension is or whose dimensions are 4 and 16 or 4 by 16. Yan, tama yung sagot natin. We have 64 square units inside this rectangle. And that 64 square units represent your area. Okay, let's go back to our problem. The area of a rectangle garden is 64 square meters. If the length is 4 times the width, what are the dimensions of the garden? I hope by this time, klaro na sa inyo kung anong ibig sabihin ng area at you know now how to determine the area of a rectangle. So now, area of a rectangle is equal to L times width or length times width. Now, so given na yung area natin, 64. Okay, that's square meters equals L. How much is our L here? So length here is 4 times the width. So 4 times the width would be our length. So that will represent 4W, right? And then times, okay, we will use parentheses. Hindi na natin gagamitin yung x dito, class for multiplication, para hindi kayo malito, no? Copy W here. Okay? So we have 64 square unit or square meters. And then, equals, how much is 4W times W? Yes, basta multiplication na class, i-add na natin yung exponents ng dalawang variable. That becomes 4 times width square. What will we do next? Okay, we will divide it by 64 para ang matira dito is W na lang. So, i-divide natin sila ng 4. We will divide both side by 4. So, cancel na yung 4 dito sa kabila. Okay, so that becomes W squared na. And then 64 divided by 4 will give you 16 squared or 16 square meter. Okay? Now, anong gagawin natin para ma-eliminate natin yung square dito? Kasi dapat ang matira class, W na lang. Okay? Hindi pa ito ang final answer kasi ang natira dito sa kabilang side is W squared. So, dapat yung 2 dito mawala. Okay? Paano natin makakancel yung makancel yung 2 dito? Okay? At 2 dito sa kabila. Yes, we will use square root. Okay, we will square root both side. Yan. Okay, makakancel na kasi yan 2 sa loob class or yung square dito. Kasi ang ibig sabihin ng squared dyan or ng square root, may 2 yan dyan sa labas. Okay, so if that's the case, so square root of 16 will be 4, right? And the square root of m squared is m. And the square root of w squared here is w na lang. Okay? So again, square root of 16m squared will become 4m. Okay? And then, the square root of w squared will become w. So our final answer here is 4 meters. Okay? The width here is 4 meters. And then, to solve for the length, so we know that the length is equal to 4W. Diba? So, para ma-solve natin yan, 4 times 4. Okay? And then, we'll give you 16 meters. Okay? Understood? So, our length for number 4 is 16 meters. Got it? So, that is the these are the dimensions of the garden. The width is 4 meters and the length is 16 meters. I hope it is clear to you now. Watch out for my next video lesson on your week 5 module in Mathematics 6 quarter 3. If you want to keep updated in all my video lessons and in all my video tutorials, please do subscribe in my YouTube channel, Tutorial by Sir Raymund, or you may search Teacher Jem Rymon Chin. For those who have subscribed already, thank you so much. That's all for this week, class. Thank you so much for participating. Have a blessed week ahead. Don't forget to stay home and be safe always.